Okay. This is the library. Is this the worst level in the game?
It might be.
Maybe. We're a little low on episode time here. We're got maybe 10 minutes left. Do you want to try to go a little over time to see if we could get through this level real quick like?
Let's go a little over time, because the faster we get through this little level, the better. Let's just try and run through it as much as we can.
Yeah, then we'll have a much smoother, final ride for the game next time.
Yes. So, for anybody who doesn't know, this library level is notorious for being just the worst.
Every problem we've talked about in level design, and this time combined with enemy design, it's all in this level, basically. Because, okay, this last 10 seconds, you've seen everything there is to this level. We have to climb through this installation to help out the robot there, Guilty Spark. There are nothing but flood in this level. And the one new thing is these Grunt Flood. Oh, the Flood are these alien guys, by the way. They were finally named. They're called the Flood, these blob dudes. The Grunt Flood are those big walking sacks. And their gimmick is that if they get close to you, they explode. Which means they suck.
And because you're constantly flooded by them, and because you're kind of have to let some of these close to you because of how the machine gun works, you just constantly get over flooded and you get killed like this.
Like this! Oh boy.
Yeah. And you're constantly being escorted through. This is an escort mission, except you're the escort.
Kind of, yeah.
And you're just going through these incredibly dull environments.
Yes, I mean, this is, like we talked about, there's no details in this level. There's boxes and pillars and weird alien symmetry on walls. Great.
Yeah, and I mean, the updated remaster tries its damnedest to make this interesting, but if you look over at the original, it's bad.
There's no alien symmetry on the walls even. Oh god. Okay.
Yeah, it's one of the clearest signs of where the limitations of the hardware came.
Oh boy. Great. So we tried to run through here, and now we've been driven back to the beginning corner by these endless alien hordes. Great. Well, at least I think one of these guys dropped a shotgun, at least, so...
I sure hope so, because I'm out of ammo.
Darn it, I lost it already. Fine. I think I saw one guy use a shotgun, but...
Oh yeah, here's one guy using a shotgun.
Oh, I found one. Great. Yeah. Yeah, shotgun and assault rifle, I'd say, is the way you want to run here. Shotgun for the meaty boys and assault rifle for the waves of baby flood. Oh yeah. So I guess what they were going for in this level is that it's supposed to be like you're given the lore while you're going through this level, as Guilty Spark kind of narrates throughout. Oh, you could have made it at least half as long as the level it is,
Yeah.
How about Guilty Spark just talks all the time to get it over with real quick, okay?
Honestly, yeah, this could have been a cutscene. This level could have been just one single cutscene. I would not have minded. Even though we talk a lot about in the podcast and even in last episodes of this game that we've been playing, that I prefer seeing the gameplay or letting players discover the story for themselves. But oh my god, like, this is one of those times where I just really think that they should have just taken the control away, shown the Master Chief fighting through a couple of waves of these guys trying to get to the place, and then just kept going. It would have just made for a better game.
Yeah, it doesn't help that, the Flood, while they're at first cool, new enemy type, completely changes the paradigm. They behave very differently from the Covenant, so that's interesting, but they're mindless space zombies, so we're not seeing much in the way of strategy. It's kind of cool that they can use guns, that's kind of a neat twist, but they use them mindlessly, so, yeah. Oh good, shoots that spit out more flood, yay. Oh, no, I need a new shotgun. That's not good. Oh, God. just got the freaking... I got Tatsu'd by the flood. He just came in.
Oh no.
You know, that does look kind of cool when I'm watching you, you know, doing the fight. That look kind of neat from the bird's eye perspective of this flood coming down on you. It does have vibes of a zombie horde, so...
Oh yeah, but
good,
I mean...
Good concept, but execution, oof.
Yeah, both of us are fans of the zombie genre.
I'm actually not a super huge fan of it. It's very hit or miss for me. No, I don't know. Zombie Apocalypse, I think, very specifically.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm not... it's a very grim genre, and it kind of falls in with that weird survivalist mentality that kind of rubs me the wrong way, so...
Oh, okay, yeah, I get you.
Yeah, I do like zombies, so I can name a bunch of I can name a bunch of exceptions, obviously. So like, yeah, I can say like I do like a bunch of zombie stories, but yeah.
Yeah, no, I get also that the whole survivalist mentality, the prepper thing has tainted a lot of it because it's the people around it who are involved in it are so toxic and so awful that it does change a little bit how those are perceived. Ooh. But I personally, I'm a big fan of the end of the world, zombie apocalypse, or just end of the world films in general. I have a massive collection of stuff about that, and it's not for the whole pointless like everybody's dying and grimness of it all, but more like just the fact of that historically we've seen those extinction events,
right?
And it's just one of those fun what if concepts to see what would happen if it happened now, when we are more prepared than we have ever been in the race of in the human history. Yeah,
fair enough. Yeah, I feel that.
But most of them sadly don't explore that. They just go right for the zombie killing and running away and screaming.
And the cynicism, that's what kind of really rubs me, is everyone's such a bastard to everyone because it's the end of the world and people just turn into animals apparently at that point.
Yes.
I don't know. I don't believe that would necessarily happen, and I just don't like... I don't like exploring that too much.
No, and I think it's also something. It's the generational thing of the storytellers, because like most of the zombie stories that are famous or are getting made are made by the last remnants of boomers and Gen X, and they are all boomers are naturally very cynical, but Gen X also kind of got a raw deal, so they just kind of assume that everything's going to go bad, and it's just kind of the genre storytelling that they make. But we've seen a couple of exceptions now happen. Like, I don't know if you ever read the Walking Dead comics.
I haven't read the comics, no. I watched the series up to whatever season was the one where they go to the prison, and that's when I stopped.
Yeah, the series is really weird because there's a hole in the ground.
Yeah, be careful.
Of course there's a hole in the ground.
That can end badly.
Yeah.
Kind of like me.
The series is weird because they originally hired Frank Darabont to make the show.
Okay, that's the writer himself, right?
No, Frank Darabont is a writer and filmmaker who is best known for making The Shawshank Redemption, Green Mile, and stuff like that. And he directed the pilot, which many people feel is the best part of the whole series.
Interesting. I did not know that.
Yeah, and he had this idea of following the comics really closely. And he wanted to do like a big, grandiose, epic and story of survival, because the comics, despite going into some really dark places and being really, really sad in multiple scenarios,
right,
is inherently optimistic, which makes it one of my favorite zombie stories ever.
Yeah,
because it
sounds nice.
It keeps emphasizing the fact that in the end, goodness and decency will triumph.
Okay. Huh. Well, that's kind of what I would like from this genre.
Yeah, and that's in the comics. And the comics were also smart because the comics knew exactly where their story was going and when it was going to end. And the story has ended now. There's no more comics coming.
Oh, interesting. I didn't know that. I haven't been on the loop, so... Huh.
Yeah, it has a definitive conclusion, and it's one of the rare ones where I can actually say that it has a really satisfying ending.
Very interesting.
So and the creator actually in the last he has like an epilogue talk on all the collected graphic novel edition.
Wow, that's kind of cool.
And he talks about in the end as a goodbye letter, and he talks about how their original plan was to end already multiple episodes earlier and ended on a really cynical note. And he just kind of paused and he kind of sat down and thought about what he's wanting to do and say, and he realized that he doesn't have the mentality anymore that he had as a younger person. There's nothing fun or interesting in having a tragic ending or having a cynical ending.
Okay.
And that came to my mind as you were talking about what you don't want out of the genre.
Yeah,
So
that's actually really cool to hear that. So
yeah, so I think you would really like the comics. I think there are moments that are really, really, really bleak and dark and hard to get through.
Kind of par for the course. Like you can't avoid it with that kind of subject matter. So
yeah, and it does go to a couple of times into places where it's like, well, humans suck, but it's in a way that humans suck in an organized way, which is even more horrifying to me because it means that there's like a general acceptance of that kind of behavior.
Yeah, that's really bleak.
But it is ultimately an optimistic game or
comic. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Happy to hear that.
Yeah.
I also really like Shaun of the Dead, but that's, its own animal. For entirely different reasons, than...
Shaun of the Dead is wonderful.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm a big fan of the Romero stuff, even though those are inherently cynical stories, even admitted by Romero himself.
Yeah, that's exactly what I have very conflicted feelings. It's also like the first of its genre, a lot of ways, so that's why, I kind of want to feel a little leeway. And in particular, the very first, Night of the Living Dead, that has a really sad ending, but I like the commentary of it.
Yeah, and it's because it is more of a socio-political commentary than it is a zombie movie.
Yeah, yeah.
Even though it's one of the first ones that did that kind of stuff and awoke the zombie genre as we know it. But yeah, it's bleak, it's sad, and it's horrifying.
Yeah, not a feel-good thing. No.
But I think that they did the right choice with Dawn of the Dead, which is a really great film. They initially had a much bleaker and much more tragic ending to it, and they changed it to a happier one.
Oh yeah, that one actually is pretty like, yay, hooray.
Yeah, or out. as much as it can, work out.
For the couple of people still left, yes.
Yeah. But it is. I do agree that a lot of that stuff requires a certain kind of mentality that as I have grown older as well, I've noticed that I don't have anymore.
Yeah. Again, you could ask me 10 years ago and I'd give a different answer, I'm sure.
Yeah.
It's funny. When DayZ came out, initially I was very grossed out by it as well, because I kind of completely misunderstood what that game was about, because I thought the zombie survival was the kind of main draw of that game, and all the videos I saw online were videos about how players are tricking other players in creative ways and ganking them and getting their stuff, and I thought that was the worst of what I was talking about the genre, and I just feel grossed out. Why are you people doing this to each other? This is awful when you could be working together to survive. But, DayZ, that's it's not really about the zombie survival. It is supposed to be a PvP game, so, I was just being very naive with that take of mine.
I get that, because that was when I played it the first time. I also thought that it would be a zombie survival thing. And I was really shocked to find out when we played it with my flatmates that the biggest fear we had was other players,
Mm.
and I was really turned off by it. We stopped playing pretty quickly afterwards the first session because there was just it's just not fun. Like if I want to play against other people, I'll go play something like Warzone or something like that, where it's a clear kind of almost a paintball match.
Yeah, the framing is clear on it. The same with Escape from Tarkov is basically that same concept. For some reason, the framing makes me interested in that one.
Yeah, because you're told that there's what you're doing. Everybody is kind of knowingly going into it, but
yeah,
that's what my problem with other survival games is as well, because like there is no sense of survival. It becomes a case of who gets to hoard the best stuff by being the worst person around.
Yeah, and I making me a naive sap, but I don't like that.
Yeah, no, I get really turned off by it too. I wish that there was some kind of a survival game that really emphasized and rewarded the kind of play style where you can create together.
Don't starve, I guess. I guess that's kind of that.
I guess Don't Starve is something like that. I'm trying to think of something like this is one of those things that if I actually knew how to develop a game or how to make a game,
this is what you'd make.
Yeah, it would be like it would be like a zombie apocalypse kind of game, but it would be the whole point that there is no PvP, there is only PvE, and the entire point is to see how much of everyone you can save. That the idea is you're trying to work together for something greater than yourself. I think that would be an interesting thing, and I really do feel it would fail catastrophically because most players today, and most influencers sadly, thrive on the creating of creating a scene by being mean.
Yeah, like creating hilarious quote-unquote situations, which are a little mean-spirited. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel that. It's God, I still had something to say on that again, but my thoughts completely escaped again. By the way, I completely forgot to mention, because we were engrossed in this discussion. Did you notice that this part of the level is called Wait, It Gets Worse?
I did notice, and I feel like that's twisting the knife in the wound.
Yeah, I'm surprised they didn't change that for the remastered version. Oh well. I guess it's some kind of owing up to the fact that this level is what it is.
Yeah, and in case people are watching and you can't tell or haven't noticed that levels like this are what really easily cause us to get distracted and talk about everything else, as it was with the alien ship. Because there's nothing to comment here. There's really little to talk about in terms of like how the level design works or doesn't work. Because we said everything with the alien ship. This is all material that could have been condensed or cut down, and I'm kind of surprised that they kept it in the remaster.
I guess because they're going for that that preservation sense. There's some sense of preservation in making the remaster, and I guess they were like, we gotta keep it because this is how it was like, so...
Yeah.
I mean, here's one change. So Guilty Spark has decided to help us out by calling more of these laser robots. So the sentries are Guilty Spark's, like, controlled buddies? I don't know.
Yeah, but that was in the original.
Yeah, no, I mean, if you can comment on something that changed in the level. I mean, like, here's something you can comment. But, again, just to highlight, wow, we have flying laser cannons now. Okay, cool. Moving on.
Right. And they don't really do much. They already stayed behind, making us clear another wave on our...
Well, they're slowly coming in. There they are. Took your sweet time, didn't you, buddies? I guess they're interesting because they're yet another new, like, behavior type. The way their weapon works. This, like, big beam. And also, I think they and the Banshees are the only flying creatures in this level. And did I just see one of them shoot you with a rocket?
Yes, you did.
Holy shit. Okay. Screw this.
And it's kind of aggravating because those guys, the animation is so clunky from the originals that you can't tell when they're aiming at you.
Right.
You just see the rockets suddenly leave their hand, and that's it.
Well, I think that's also... They're trying to be like lurching zombies, so they're just kind of haphazardly waving their guns. But yeah, that's a fun surprise once they start having rocket launchers. Oh boy.
Yeah, it would be funnier if they were just like shooting the rocket launcher wherever. It would be a random generated direction.
Oh yeah, that'd be really fun actually, especially because that would actually help out probably in this situation.
Right.
Lord knows there's flood everywhere you turn in this place, so...
But yeah, the fact that we have to go to another door that looks exactly the same as the previous doors... And again, please wait here.
Oh, good. I'm holding up positions with these lads.
Yeah.
Oh, boy. Nope, here they come. For a second, I was like, maybe they're gonna punk us, and there won't be any enemies coming as we wait.
Yeah.
Nope, here they are.
No.
I'm a little unclear on the narrative as well, like how exactly it went from... Captain Keyes opened up the wrong bunker to now the Flood have awoken everywhere on Halo. It's
yeah.
I know they imply that these things like spread really fast, but you know.
Yeah. But it's the kind of like just they expect you just to go with it and I kind of feel that back in the day when this came out and it was so novel still that I know I didn't think about it when I played it the first time. That it was just like, oh well, they awoke the Flood. Of course, the Flood is now awake. Yeah,
that's how it works. Well, I mean, these are like a hive mind with an H in a sense, since they're mindless zombies. So, kinda, but still, the fact that you went from there's no sign of them anywhere to, well, we're gonna see in a couple of later levels, Halo is now basically getting overrun by them. Yikes! Yeah, it's a weird shift, in a bit of a weird way. It's a good shift in that this changes up the plot, which was being very, very simple and linear so far, but, you know, again, a little bit of implementation problems there, maybe. Issues.
Yeah, the narrative design and the storytelling in the games got so much better in every new episode. Like Halo 3 is already absolutely fantastic in terms of narrative design and storytelling. That it keeps going. There's constantly something to do. There's very few levels in that which feel turgid or as boring as
it is right here. Yeah. I mean, even Halo 2 already, just with the like, hey, here's those bad guys you've been shooting the entirety of the last game. Now we get to see stuff from their point of view. Like, you know, wow, that's a really cool, you know. And, you know, instantly makes the narrative more interesting as well, since now they're not more than just faceless enemies, you know.
Yeah.
Oh god, I'm gonna get blown!
Yeah, I got shot by a rocket as well. Ah! Yeah.
I got blorped by one of the puff boys. Oh boy, you guys are everywhere. Yikes! Oh yeah, it's that rocket guy. God damn!
Yep.
Oh my god, you went flying well.
Yep.
Oh boy, how the hell are we gonna deal with those dinglebats? Yikes!
And he's really like precise with the aiming. I tried jumping around him, and he just instantly hit me from the air.
That's and with the freaking rocket launcher, that's a pretty good feat. Let me. Oh, that is so dumb. They're just like standing there, ready to go. Let's try this for a change. Any of you folks like? I have no clue if my grenade worked on them or not.
Oh, clear. It apparently did, because I'm back.
Oh, nice.
Oh, no, there they are.
So did both of them have rocket launchers, or...?
No, just the one. And he's up again. There we go.
No, this guy has a rocket launcher as well.
Oh, Jesus.
And I think a rocket launcher is very, very bad against the Flood, isn't it? An enemy that's in your face this much.
Yeah, no, you would have to just have so much space between them, and... quite frankly, there isn't ever that.
No, some of these wide open hallways when they're far away, sure, but I'm not gonna grab the rocket launcher for this.
No, it feels like that the shotgun assault rifle combo is the best one.
Yeah, and honestly, I like that design honestly a lot, since that just drives how the Flood are different from the Covenant, because those aren't great for the Covenant, you know, to be honest.
Yeah.
You want to actually use the Covenant weapons against the Covenant. Those just always seem to work better. So it's cool that the other weapons get some work done in as well, you know. Yeah. And that's gonna get, well, yeah, I'd say fun in the upcoming levels where we mix and match a little more with these enemy types. You get to think about the selection of weapons again.
Yeah. And
But
now we're in the sub-level, but I don't want to ride an elevator.
Yeah, not as on the nose as Wait It Gets Worse, but
Yeah.
sure.
It seems like that they named the sub-levels based on the QA comments.
That's gold, that's gold. Write down what that guy just said. Make it stop.
What did you think about the game, the level? I don't want to ride any more elevator. That's a great name for a level. Well done.
That's funny.
that.
This
Yeah.
kid's a genius.
Yeah.
But we're not gonna pay him anything, though.
Yeah. Stop digging, you've hit oil.
I think we have to go down here, maybe.
Yeah.
There's a path here. Ooh, actually, this would have been a good time for a rocket launcher. Straight hallway, and they're all far away. Ah, well.
Oh, I can't even shoot them, so I'm just gonna be hitting you.
Oh, no! Okay.
Oh, you got this. Yeah, you got this.
Maybe. We'll see. You will pick up my work if I fall. Okay.
I do like the shotgun in this game quite a bit. This is one of the few shotguns that actually feels weighty enough that it's fun to use.
I suppose so, yeah. It's not the one I gravitate to normally. Still, but yeah. At least against these guys, you can see like how it just puts them down. Yeah. That feels pretty good.
And another hold your position until the.
Okay.
This is the third one now that we have.
Maybe I've lost count.
Yep. So bad Bungie, bad.
I guess trivia to fill in the waiting here. So Bungie's kind of known for, at least Halo was known for sticking the number 7 in a lot of places. Kind of a weird detail. I don't remember most of the examples, but 343 Guilty Spark is the obvious one. 343 is 7 to the power of 3, and as it happens, 3 plus 4 also equals 7. And normally that just sounds like conspiracy theory, numerology. But there's a second monitor in Halo 2, I think it's 2401 Penitent Tangent, I think is his name. And 2401 is 7 to the power of 4, and 2, 4, 0, and 1 also add up to 4. So, yeah. Weird little detail.
Do you know why they keep adding 7 into everything?
No, I never found it. I just remember that was like, again, those fan sites of early aughts internets. Like, there would just be like, listings of here's where all the 7s appear. And then there's, of course, there'd be like joking ones like or people would be like, again, highlighting that don't fall into numerology. Like, if you notice, Halo 2 has 15 levels in it, and one of them is a cutscene, so there's technically 14 levels, and it's the second Halo, so if you use the 2 of the Halo 2 to divide it, you get 7.
How about no?
Yeah, no. No, but the Guilty Spark, the monitor thing, I think, is deliberate. Like, that's
okay.
There's something there. 7's just a lucky number. Maybe that's just all it is. Whoa!
That was me.
I kind of figured. It's fine, it's fine. Just gotta remember, I gotta stay clear of these fellows a little.
Hooray.
Oh boy. Oh god, another...
Yeah,
Well,
no,
I
I
guess
just
that
had
ambush looked cool.
Yeah, I had the RPG, and I was thinking like, there's probably no point in using this. I'm not gonna hit anything, but then I figured that I'm well aware of this glass house I reside in, but I've got this bucket of stones, and I'll be damned if I'm not using them.
Feels satisfying. No, actually, it worked pretty well. Actually, you got those. You got a lot of them, and I managed to duck out of the way. It was the later pressure from these creepos that got me. Ah, here's some lore.
Their survival as a race was dependent upon it. I am grateful to see that some of them survived.
But yeah, no, I'm not a fan of this kind of storytelling either. We're just gonna sit and tell you everything.
I guess so, yeah. And it's just because Guilty Spark feels like doing it. Yeah.
It's in general, narrative design and storytelling in video games is still, in my opinion at least, it's very much still finding its way because it's such a young art form.
Right.
Like people forget that video games as we know it have been around for maybe what 40 years.
Actually going on 50 by now, I think, if you count like Pong.
Well, I'm thinking about like when we start thinking about video games, like with a narrative design, like
right.
Mario.
Okay. Yeah. That would be like 30 years, probably, is a good estimate. Yeah.
From the 80s onwards, so like 30 to 40 years coming up.
Yeah, that's when JRPG started, at least. So that's at least is a clear sign of the narrative is now a thing.
Yeah, and I mean, you can argue, yes, Pong is definitely like in the 70s and all that, but I feel that those were like in the same way how they were like the building blocks. Like Tetris is clearly a great video game. It's one of the few games I would consider to be like absolute perfection because there's nothing you can take away without breaking it, and there's nothing you can add without changing the internal game entirely.
Right.
But Tetris is still, it's more of a visual kind of visual experience that you do have a part in, but like there's a clear, you have a fail state and you have a win state. As much as you know, Tetris has a win state.
You got the high score, yay!
Right, you compete for a high score. But once you get to like the Mario, you suddenly have a story. You're supposed to find and save Princess.
Right, yeah. I mean, as paper thin as that is, and it's not really, doesn't really come up in the game too much. Yeah, you're right. That is an actual thing beyond you are a shape trying to get to another shape, for example.
But like, I feel like a lot of games haven't done much, haven't moved very far from that basic shape thing. We have, like, of course, really great stories in games.
Yeah, but, I'm actually of the minority opinion. I think stories in general are great in video games. A lot of people always say that if you're looking for stories, why would you play video games? I don't subscribe to that. I think there's plenty of great stories provided by games.
Oh yeah, I'm not trying to rag on them in that way. I think there are great stories there. I just think that as the narrative form, how we tell those stories, we are still finding our way.
I can feel that for sure. Yeah, it's
I get so tired with the trend that still continues after almost 15 years of, hey, somebody left behind a diary, or somebody left behind like a recording where they explain this very important plot detail and only this very important plot detail.
Well, I guess it's like the character is speed reading and it's just the pertinent parts is supposed to be the justification. I don't know, but making excuses.
Yeah, it's just one of those things where I'm just like, I get so tired of it, which is why I'm such a huge fan of Disco Elysium, because it bucks that trend in so many ways. Cool.
I yet to play it. Spoilers for followers of our show. We do want to maybe talk about that at some point. So I'm going to be playing that round these times, actually, when this episode comes out. So everything I've heard about it is so interesting. So looking forward to it.
I assume that you're dead?
Yes, I am, but obviously since you're stuck in a tiny room, not a lot you can do to help me respawn. Like, Guilty Spark literally closed us between these two giant blast doors into this tiny hallway. There we go. Good job.
Phew.
Yikes!
Yeah, I kind of had to cheese that and hide in a corner where they had to bottleneck themselves.
Oh, well, whatever it takes. Especially in this situation. Ew.
Yeah. I actually don't know, are we any closer to completing this level, or are we like only just halfway?
No, when we fought that corridor with the rocket launcher guy, I had this like faint memory of, oh right, this is like the final challenge, is this rocket launcher asshole. Or pair of them, and wow, that was like 10 minutes ago.
Yep, we're still here. Oh look, another elevator.
Yes! Okay, but if things work in rules of threes, this is maybe the last one? Please?
Yeah. Well,
oh no, I'm being left behind! Ah!
Yeah, I'm leaving, sorry, I'm done with this. I cannot.
Actually, whatever you're going up to looks really final.
Oh wow, the old graphics are rough.
Woof! Yeah, let's not do that again.
Yeah. Like it's no fun laughing at old games because they did their best for their time, but it's one of those where when you go back and it's like, I remember this being much more epic when I was young.
Boy, do I know that feeling sometimes.
Yeah, but it's so accurate, the meme that is like how it felt and how it looked. It is very true because your emotional memories and the kind of history that you've painted for yourself through like your emotional feelings is so different from the objective reality.
Yeah, it's just how it goes. Well, they at least touched it up for this game, so with the upgraded graphics, so thanks for that. Oh, I got killed trying to find where he dropped his shotgun. Blah, blah, blah. They're behind you. And behind you again. You could say they're everywhere. That didn't look good.
No, I blew myself up because I was not paying attention. Okay. But yeah, we've just repeated the same... Like, this is literally the same level over and over again.
Yeah.
You repeated 3 times.
Yeah, I mean... They haven't even changed the coloring. Maybe the lighting's a little different.
Yeah.
Great. It's now a bit orangey. And yeah, we have the sentries flying around, which we barely notice in all the hubbub. Nah.
Yeah, because a lot of good they did to us.
Yeah. Well, they seem to clear the house with the smaller flood with their flashlights. Yeah. Come on. One of you must have a shotgun, right? No? Okay.
This guy who I just shot had a shotgun.
Nice. Let's get that. Ah! Okay, I think that is kind of fun, that sometimes you think they're dead, but they get back up. Okay, I'll give you some points for that.
Yeah, you give some points, Bungie, but we're watching you.
Nah.
Oh god, this just feels like they're respawning and respawning for no reason.
Okay, I'm gonna run into that narrow corridor you were in, so I'll try my luck here this time.
I'm gonna follow you, and I'll just keep...
Oh my god! There were a couple of them over there.
Yeah, there's a few. Oh, run! Oh no!
Oh god, sorry, I didn't realize you were already there. I blew up the puff boy on you.
That's alright, I got my armor. My plot armor.
Nice.
Military grade plot armor. Where'd you get that?
Oh. Infinite ammo. Yeah, that's it. I was recently reminded that in the finale of Metal Gear Solid 2, you know, when things are going completely crazy in the narrative, there is literally a moment where Solid Snake actually points at his forehead and goes, "Infinite ammo." And I was like, what the fuck? He's supposed to be the lone, like, moment of things that make sense, but he's acknowledging his infinite ammo bandana.
Yeah, I do feel like that Metal Gear Solid 2 was one of those games where you could tell that Kojima was just taking the piss out of a lot of his audiences.
Well, he stated it was the idea, because it was supposed to be a critique of sequels and fan expectations of sequels, so...
Oh, okay.
He is trying to mess with you, and I know that's kind of a weak, like, explanation, because it sounds like, you know, he's like, I meant it to be bad, but, you know... But that is the stated goal, like, the fact that you're playing as Raiden rather than as Snake, and the game is kind of repeating the same story beats, but, like, it's supposed to feel kind of weird. Like, that is intentional, in that sense.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Which is weird, because then he went right back into giving a lot of fan service for Metal Gear 3.
Well, that one also, that's just a straightforward, like, Cold War spy pastiche game. Like, it's postmodern, but not to the extent of 2. Nowhere near. Yeah. Like, and I think that was also because 2 landed so badly with that group of people who did not appreciate the curious choices of 2, then I think that kind of affected why 3 was a straightforward spy thriller. Because clearly that's also a genre Kojima likes, so I guess he was like, well, let's just make a fun spy story from the Cold War.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember Part 3 being my favorite of the lot.
A lot of people will say it's their favorite. I waffle, but it tends to at least be my second favorite when I try to rank them.
Yeah. Metal Gear Solid is still, like... That one has a very special place in my heart, because I think that is the one where Kojima had the best balance between somebody telling him, no, you can't do this, and still letting his ideas be pretty, you know, freely running amok.
Yeah, I mean, if you guys haven't watched it, feel free to go watch it. Just wrapped up my playthrough of that. It was really fun playing it again now, kind of keeping an eye for... Because the last time I played it with my nephew a couple of years ago, but I wasn't playing it myself, so I missed a lot of it. So it was very neat, like to see how that series began. What we're doing here with Halo actually is we're seeing how the series began, and it's kind of fun to compare and contrast to where it would go to. And yeah, it's the first Metal Gear Solid is. It's the most video gamey of the Metal Gear Solids. The only ones that are more video gamey are probably just the first ones on the MSX, and actually Phantom Pain. If you just do a lot of the like a lot of the mission like stuff, that's the one that's easiest to ignore the narrative in that one.
Which is what I did with Phantom Pain, because I was so done with it. Oh, we just backtracked.
No, that's not possible.
That's
not possible!
No, I think it is. I think we just backtracked. Oh, God.
Are you... Oh... Okay. Okay. Alright then. Well, surely... We can't...
I hate this level so much.
We can't have to go back too much, right? No? No? Oh boy. Oh boy. Yeah, I'm of the crowd who wasn't as big of a fan of Phantom Pain, because I am of the crowd who does like the narrative of Metal Gear Solid, warts and all, and I thought that Phantom Pain, the mood was so different from the other Metal Gears, and the story beats in that one felt very retcon-y in a not fun way, so yeah. I wasn't into that one story-wise.
Yeah, and I remember Phantom Pain being the one I liked a little bit more for a time, because I could ignore the story. Because at some point, Kojima lost me. It became too complicated, too convoluted, and too contrived. Yeah, I got 3 C's in there. But
well done.
Yeah, but it's just it got to the point where I didn't care about what happens to Snake anymore.
Right.
And that's really bad when that's your main character.
Main character, quite so.
Yeah, I think it was with Guns of the Patriots. I think that was what did it in.
Well, that one again. I'm being the fanboy here. I do really like that, and I do like a lot of the stuff. Even though there's also a lot of really bad choices, definitely. It's not my favorite of the series by a long shot, but I do like a lot of what the narrative stuff does there. But that one, then, indeed, I think the gameplay in that was not as superb, so...
Yeah, I think that's what really got to me, because, like, there are levels there. I can clearly, like, see that some of the level designs are brilliant, and I look at them and go, like, oh boy, I can't wait to see what I can do in this level and try and infiltrate. And then you realize that there's only like 5-10 minutes of gameplay before it goes to another cutscene.
Well, not just that, but my big problem is that the game sells itself on a certain like gameplay, which is that you are doing the Metal Gear thing in an active war zone, which is that there's an actual war going on and you're sneaking through it, which is that's not in the other Metal Gears previously, and it's a new novel concept, and I thought it was amazing. And that's only in the first 2 chapters. The 3rd chapter is then a variation on that theme. You are in a military-occupied city. Like, it's not a war zone. It's a military-occupied city. So you're not doing that anymore. And then the 4th level is the nostalgia level, where you go back to the abandoned Shadow Moses, and you're just fighting robots there. So, again, not the concept anymore. And the 5th one is so short on gameplay that while it kind of goes back to that, you don't notice it. So I think that's like, it doesn't do itself any favors in like setting up a really cool concept for the narrative and the gameplay and then never coming back to it.
Yeah, and this was also the thing that I really felt that, like, because Kojima has said that he wants to be a director. He wants to direct stuff. He likes telling stories. I really felt that this was the game where I got so frustrated that I just kept thinking that he either needs to go in and find somebody who will allow him to direct the film, or, you know, be just a producer and writer and let somebody else direct his games, because when one of the cutscenes was like 42 minutes long.
Yeah. The final cutscene after you beat the final boss is so long that there's a save point halfway through it.
Yeah. That got to me to the point where I was just like, I think I'm done with the franchise. Like, whatever Kojima wants to do with it, it's so different from what I want out of it that I'm kind of happy that it's, you know, he's not doing it anymore.
You might actually enjoy Peace Walker quite a bit because it was made on the PS Vita. Not as much power available as for these regular games. All the cutscenes are done like in like the storybook or like comic booky almost way, with like minimal animation, and I think they have a really cool, crisp style to them of their own.
All right, well that sounds pretty good.
Actually, I'm thinking of Portable Ops was entirely like that. Peace Walker has some cutscenes in it, but they still lean on that because they couldn't do full HD cutscenes in it. God damn it.
Yeah.
Also, I happen to be a super big Peace Walker fan, but that's just because all of the bosses in it are robots and tanks and stuff, and that appeals to me. So that's just my biased take.
Well, I mean, I never played Peace Walker. I completely missed out on it because it was a PSP thing.
Well, full disclosure, I haven't actually played it either, again, because it's on PSP and it's got a PS3 port, I think. So I never had a chance to play it, but it's so cool just watching the boss fights and the stuff. Like, I'm conceptually in love with it. I wish it got a PC port or something. I'd jump on that shit.
Yeah, but seeing how Konami treats their franchises these days, I wouldn't be surprised if we didn't see Metal Gear for quite a while.
Probably not. I don't know.
Even though there's been those rumblings that Blue Point would be working on a Metal Gear remake for the PS5.
It seems a bit hopeful.
It does seem
I wasn't super sold on that Demon Souls Rex Roar thing.
No, that seemed like quite a stretch.
Yeah, I'm not giantly convinced of that, but I wouldn't mind it. It'd be cool.
Yeah. Damn it, Guilty Spark, just start the thing.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is the finale now, so you wanna hurry it up, GS? Do we have to stand in the big warbly nexus? I don't want to step in that. It looks painful.
Oh, good lord.
Okay, I'm gonna risk it.
No, I jumped in the right died already.
Oh, well, I jumped in it, I didn't die. But nothing's happening either. Oh, I see, you jumped in the hole. There's a big hole here. I'm guessing that's where you... Okay, my guess is there's a literal single enemy stuck in some goddamn corner. Like the little cherry on top of this shit cake we now have to hunt down.
Yeah.
The lone enemy, good lord. There's a couple of levels after this that are still suffer from the problems we've mentioned. So...
Hey, here's a skull.
Oh, good job. At least that's something.
Skull.
Which skull? Eye patch.
Yeah.
Yar, do you think that makes everyone talk like pirates in the
I
game?
wish. That would be great.
Arr.
Oh,
you know,
there, Chief.
You know what? Oh, that's fantastic, actually. But I bet what it actually does, it like limits your visuals or something, is my guess.
Oh, yeah.
Probably random
Maybe.
guess here. Okay, I'm just running back and forth like an idiot now. I'm sorry.
No, same. I'm just going through this level, which is just empty spaces.
I'm trying to find if like my radar would ping with an alien blip somewhere.
Watch as this thing has now bugged out in a way that is going to cause us to have to restart the checkpoint.
Oh, hold on. Did I just see something? No, that's just alien goop raining from the roof. Why? Okay. Yeah, no, this is now starting to... I'm not having fun anymore, although I guess I really wasn't anyway. But now I'm really not having fun. What do these blue alien things look like in the old graphics? Okay, well they look kind of cool, even in the old graphics, but whatever. Hello? I'm now backtracking all the way to the...
I have jumped to my death. I've given up. Alright, I'm back here.
I think we had to load a checkpoint again.
Oh lord, okay, let's... last checkpoint.
Yeah, let's just... Oh, boy. Okay, Guilty Spark, here we are again in the final room. I'm pretty sure this is the final room. This has vibes of final area, right? But,
No, it's new sub-level, and it's just called like, oh, you thought that was it?
oh, good lord. Yeah, no, now this whole room is an elevator. Plot twist. Well, I shot Guilty Spark and he wasn't happy, but that spawned some enemies apparently. That's interesting. I don't know if that spawned it or if it was just random, but... I will say I'm glad the checkpoint is when we're, like, cleared most of this room, at least, rather than the opening to it. That's kind of nice.
I'm dead.
Especially now that we jump again.
Oh god, yeah.
Hello, boys. Yeah.
Okay.
Come on.
Oh, that's
Cool.
weird. Our corpses are here.
Wow, what? Okay. Alright then.
Time begins to bend down itself.
No!
We're stuck in a never-ending loop.
No! I mean, I guess if you had to make this place look even more boring than it looks now, it would have to be that second Cube movie. With the stark white rooms. Yeah.
I remember my flatmate telling me that he once, like, that the reason he has such an antipathy against Halo is because the first time he ever played Halo, it was this level.
Wow, yeah, talk about a really bad intro to a franchise.
Yeah, and that left him essentially like, I will never play this game again.
Oh boy, well,
And he's played a couple times with us since then. We played Reach with him.
Right. Okay. So he's at least learned just a little bit more to this.
Yeah, he still has a lot of hang-ups about it because of how utterly bafflingly bad this level is. And it has kind of colored his impression of the whole thing. But like it's just one of those things where you're like,
how did this make it,
how did this make it past the focus group?
Yeah, it's hard to understand. Oh god, you're down again. I'm sorry. I probably some of my needles probably helped there.
Yeah, it's just everybody came at the same time.
Let me see if I can get some distance. Slow them down with that. Yeah, actually, it worked pretty well. That grenade. So many of you! Eat shit! And this guy's got a shotgun.
Oh no.
Okay. No, this guy's still alive.
Yeah, too many enemies nearby. Oh, there we go. Ooh.
There we go, yeah, that guy's still alive.
Well done.
You know, I'm not ragging on simple games either, you know, with not like, you know, like not a lot of stuff to go to them, but in your amazing cinematic, you know, or, you know, it is somewhat cinematic, but in your game that's supposed to have like a lot of variance in it.
Yeah.
To have like this mindless horde mode, not great.
And this just keeps repeating.
Like one of my favorite Finnish games is a little known title called Phobia 2, which was like this, I don't know if it was ever sold or it was just an internet only like fan game. I think it was by the guys who made Trials, like when they were young and like coding at home, they made this game. And the game is basically this. You're just, enemies come at you. It's a top-down game. You're a Space Marines and enemies come at you endlessly, and the goal is just to kill as many as you can. It's done super well and it's super fun, but it's an incredibly simple, you know, not Flash game, but of that ilk.
Right.
It's, you know, whereas this is the killer app of the Xbox.
Yeah.
Okay, so Guilty Spark had floated down last time. He wasn't hanging up the top anymore, so maybe... Now he's over there. Are you maybe...
No, there's more guys.
Is that Guilty Spark? Guilty Spark, you okay, dude? Why are you down here now, dude?
Okay, now let's try to get to the elevator.
If that is what this is. Oh, thank God.
Thank God.
Oh, and I'm... If there's more to this level...
That was almost just the worst. No, that was the worst. That wasn't even almost the worst. That was the worst.
We played that level for, I think, 45 minutes.
At least, yeah.
That one...
No, an hour. We played it for an hour.
Yeah, it was like 10 minutes when we were wrapping up the flood level.
Yep.
Well, despite this, because we knew this was coming up, this has been an enjoyable another session today, I'd say.
Yes, this has been fine if it wasn't for this library level.
But
Damn you for giving libraries bad name.
Yeah, come on, man. They serve a vital purpose of our society.
Indeed.
That doesn't involve hordes of zombies.
The flood is spreading. We must hurry.
Okay, let's hurry, Guilty Spark. Oh boy. 2 betrayals. Oh no.
Haha, the betrayal list. There's another library level.
No!
Which means that any organism
Okay, I think we can call it here because we're gonna have to start the level again anyway.
Yeah, let's just see where this goes and leave it on a little cliffhanger as this cutscene goes. But I'll say, it's been another good time. Thanks again for joining me today for this session. Next time we will be recording the finale, I'm pretty sure. It'll be chopped up in several episodes, of course. So, yes. But we'll be probably done with this soon enough. And there's the final level's pretty good.
Oh yeah, the final level's fine.
These next 2 levels are, but the final level's pretty good.
Yeah.
Oh boy, wow. We're not selling this game very well at times, are we?
I mean, it is, as we said in the previous episodes, it is a product of its time.
Yeah. Okay, we saved the day. Look, we put the key in. We won.
Really?
Oh wow, look at that. I forgot that he gets
12 hours
blooped.
up in here watching you toady about, helping that thing get set to slit our throats.
Hold on now. He's a friend.
Oh, I didn't realize. He's your pal.
I forgot Cortana is this snarky.
Have any idea
Yeah.
what that bastard almost made you do?
Yes.
It's funny that she says that she's been cooped up for the last 12 hours, because that's exactly how long it felt to play that level.
Truth.
This?
A construct in the core? That is absolutely unacceptable.
Sod off.
Why, you madness. I shall purge you at once.
You sure that's a good idea?
How dare you? Oh,
Do what? I have the index. You can just float and sputter.
Enough.
Settle down. That was
I'll turn this ring around and we'll go home.
Wipe them out.
You have no idea how this ring works, do you? Why the Forerunners built it? Halo doesn't kill Flood. It kills their food. Humans,
What's their food?
whatever.
Oh.
We're all equally edible. The only way to stop the Flood is to starve them to death.
That's bad.
That plan doesn't seem to make a whole lot of sense.
Galaxy clean.
Like, if you have the capacity to build a giant, giant set of ring worlds and create this kind of ultimate alien technology that lasts for, thousands and thousands of years, surely you could create a weapon that targets only the Flood, which is, not an alien matter that is not unlike anything else in the world. Instead of, killing only its food.
any life of sufficient biomass.
Guess we're just supposed to believe that the Flood just is that awful?
I guess so.
How could you?
Left out that little detail, did he?
We have found out.
This is a cool plot twist, though. I do like this.
It is, yeah.
Like, whoa, wait, what?
Chief?
Wait,
anything up
that's
your-
illegal.
You hesitate to do what you've already done.
We need to go right now.
Last time you asked me if it were my choice, would I do it? Having had considerable time to ponder your query, my answer has not changed. There is no choice. We must activate the ring.
Get us out of here.
If you are unwilling to help,
What is he supposed to do
still, I must have the index
to get them out? Yeah.
construct to me, or I will be forced to take it from you.
That's not going to happen.
So be it. Save his head. Dispose of
Oh, I love that line. So cold.
Look out.
Oh lord, now we gotta fight Guilty Sparks dudes as well, but we'll do that next time. Thanks for watching, everybody. Bye-bye!
Good lord, no!
Ah!